Hi, I'm Malcolm.
And I'm Rachel. We're two Canadians living on our 39-foot mainship trawler, living an adventure of a lifetime. We invite you to follow along as we travel 6,000 miles through Canadian and U.S. waterways around America's Great Loop. Good morning. We are at the first lock in the Champlain Canal. We stayed at the bottom of the lock last night and it was super quiet and calm. Lots of birds chirping, and you can hear them already this morning. And I think we could hear a train in the distance, but other than that, it was very quiet. So we have a sailboat behind us that arrived after we did, close to dark. And this morning there are two more just arriving, I guess, ready to go through the first lock. It operates on the odd hour, so it's just about 7 o'clock. Malcolm tried calling the lock, but they didn't answer yet, so we're just preparing to enter the lock whenever they will have us. Hope you're having a great day. We're in the first lock in the Champlain system, and there's 5 boats in here altogether, 4 sailboats and us. And the guy came up to us and asked us about our height so that they can lower the pole between C3 and C4. This is lock C1 on the Champlain system. The Champlain Canal in New York connects the Hudson River to the south end of Lake Champlain. Completed in 1823, it was simultaneously constructed with the Erie Canal for use by commercial vessels. There are a total of 11 locks, and the total length is 60 miles. Today, it is mostly used by recreational boaters as part of the New York State Canal System. The years between 1800 and 1850 have been called the Canal Era in U.S. history. America's leaders understood the need to make transportation of people and goods easier. As canals were built, communities formed and grew along the waterway. Residents and merchants were able to sell their goods to distant markets and buy products made far away. The first 12 miles from Fort Edward to Lake Champlain were completed and opened to traffic by 1819. Upon completion of the remaining segment of the canal further south to Waterford, the entire length was opened in 1823. There's a rail bridge up ahead. This is the lowest bridge. They've lowered the pool for us between C3 and C4, which is where we are right now. And he says that the height clearance at the railway bridge is 17 feet. We took our radar down and we think we're 16.2. And there's also a sign on the bridge that'll tell us exactly how high we are. So let's go see if we fit. Yeah, we're gonna see if we fit. I'm right up, I've got my head above the bimini. It looks fine to me, just go real slow here. Yeah. Oh, it's close. No, I think it looks like we're clear, but we've never been in anything this low before. I think we're literally just like a foot.
Very clear.
Okay, we're clear. We're clear. We're clear. We fit. We fit.
Look behind you.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
Sure.
Yes, we're under it now. I could touch it almost. Yeah, no, you're clear. You're good. You did it. Good job. The Northumberland Bridge, and it looked like it was probably about 18 feet, 17 feet clearance actually. We're 16.2 and we had, looks like a foot to 1 or 2 feet above us, so we made it. Going through Lock 6, we had about 7 miles to go, so we had a bit of lunch on the way, and we're just approaching Lock 7 now, and he said he will open the gate and turn on the green light for us. The Champlain Canal follows the Hudson River northward for about 35 miles. 6 locks provide navigation around dams on the Hudson. When the canal reaches Lock C7 in Fort Edward, it runs in a man-made waterway for about 25 miles. 5 locks are located on this section, which brings the canal to the southern end of Lake Champlain at Whitehall, New York. Vessels leaving Lock C12 enter the extreme southern portion of Lake Champlain.
Afternoon. This is a report from the bridge. Today we're making our way to the last lock in the series of locks that lead into Lake Champlain. And they are very picturesque as far as the waterways to travel. The trees come right down to the water. The locks themselves, they're quick and really they're not very busy. So there's been, I think, 4 boats with us the whole time, and the lock's pretty much open when we show up, which is great. So there's no commercial traffic, haven't seen any. And really, we've only seen 1 boat, I think, going the other way. So a very sort of relaxing cruise. I think largely because it's early in the year. Things are just opening up here. So there's not a lot of boats in the water yet. So we're kind of getting in there early. The hope is that we'll be staying just below Lock 12 on the wall. We'll stay there, we hope, 2 nights. There's going to be some thunderstorms and heavy winds coming in. And then from there, we'll head into Lake Champlain and we'll explore that area. Up until now, it's been a great trip. The locks have been relatively easy to do. And we have been cruising most of the time at around just over 1,800 again. It's not like a broken record. But we are making about 8 knots, which is kind of what we'd normally do. And of course, we've said it before, we'll say it again, we're in fresh water. And that's terrific. When you want to wash something off, you just dip a bucket in and use the water. Anyway, that is a report from the bridge.
So I was just checking the charts at this part of the waterway, and right at Lock 9, we started to go down. We had been going up every lock before that. And like Malcolm said, today we're planning to stop at Lock 12. So we have actually 1 more lock because I discovered that there is no Lock 10. We couldn't find it on the charts anywhere. So it goes from 9 to 11 and then we'll stop at 12. So literally only 1 more lock to go through, and it's a few miles up, but we still have more bridges and shouldn't take us too much longer. Lock 11, the last lock of today. After this, we have about 6 or 7 miles to go to get to Lock 12, where we will stop at the bottom, I guess the top of the lock actually, because we'll be at the top, but before the lock. The one bridge that is the lowest in the entire Champlain Canal system, 17 feet at normal pool, and we're hoping that it's at normal pool like the rest of the canal was today. So I'm going to stand on a chair at the back looking over the bimini top, and we're going to basically glide under, not under power, and get up close to it and see if we think we're going to fit.
Are you going to show them too?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll get up there with my camera and hopefully I can show you. Looks okay to me, but I'm just looking. It's pretty close. You got your TV antenna on top, right? Okay. I think it looks fine. I think you got about a foot. Yeah, I think you're fine. It's okay, it's not that high. I think we got about 2 feet over us. Good job. No problem. Looked like we had about 2 feet over us. We actually have the TV antenna in the back, so probably maybe a foot and a half. So no problem. The lowest bridge done. We only have a couple more bridges after this. Maybe we just went under another one. There's a lot of bridges here, and they're all fixed. So we've arrived at our destination, and we're in Whitehall, which is at the bottom of Lock 12. So we had a pretty good day. It was a full day going through locks and under bridges, and as you saw, some of the bridges were very low, but we're here, and I think we're going to stay for a couple of nights because of some weather coming. So it's good to be tied up when there's thunderstorms and very strong northerly winds. After that, we'll head towards Lake Champlain, but this looks like a really nice, quaint little town to explore. Whitehall was founded in 1759 as Skenesborough by Major Philip Skene, who built the barracks at Crown Point. It was the first settlement at Lake Champlain and became an important trade center. During the War of 1812, the village was a shipbuilding community supplying vessels for naval battles on Lake Champlain. It is the birthplace of the United States Navy. The completion of the canal transformed Whitehall from a minor port into a bustling port for goods destined for Troy, Albany, New York City, Buffalo, and the West. Before the arrival of the railway, this was the main form of transportation. In the early 1900s, the population was around 5,300, and today it is just under 2,500. Amtrak, the national passenger rail system, provides service to Whitehall in both directions between Montreal and New York City. So we're at the Lock 12 of the Champlain Waterway Canal, and we're just walking around because we're here for another night. And there's all sorts of houses up on the hill, and we're just going to walk to the end and see if there's a bit of a view. And we look like we're twins. We're wearing the same jacket.
Yeah, well, we know, yes. We know who takes the count because my head's always cut off. There we go.
Okay, there. You happy now?
No.